Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back once again to the U.S. Nationals. We're moving on with our next matches here. Sorry about that. As we're going to be jumping into Disrupt, going up against Team Boosted. Before we get to that, Stokes,
Blue,
you're going to send someone money?
dude, all the time, man. You know what's much better though?
Yeah,
Winning money.
that's right.
For just showing us some really, really cool clips. If you use that hashtag right below me, Venmo Community Spotlight, you could possibly win some free cash, some cash moolah. Buy yourself a gaming chair like the pros. Like the secret labs we got sitting right here, like something like that. It's beautiful. Anyways, Venmo Community Spotlight. You get your clips from the week that happen on USN, you present them to us, and you might win some money inside of your Venmo. It's crazy, right? Use it for all of your college tours and stuff like that. We have an older audience. I know that you guys are going out to the bars on the weekends. Don't lie to me.
So yeah, send us your clips.
Yeah.
Rainbow clips.
Exactly. Rainbow Six Siege clips.
And then you can win some money in our weekly spotlight, guys. Send them your way, and we'll check them out. And as well, we definitely want
Venmo Community Spotlight. pro.eslgaming.com/r6/US Nationals.
Head on over, check it out. Vote for your favorites.
Touch the website.
Who says touch the website? Okay, moving on. Let's take a look at some of the rosters for this upcoming matchup as we're going to be seeing Disrupt go up against Team Boosted. Disrupt, you may recognize a few of these players. Yeti and Mundiga, I think, being the most standout amongst those. But Stokes, want to get touch on the rest of this team for us here and talk about the other one as well.
All right, well, we've got Rainbow, Reed, Spades, Mo, and Yeti. As you said, a lot of standout players. If you've been around the scene for a long time, you recognize all these names. The one that's most prominent out of all of them, though, is going to be Yeti. He's been on 2 separate Pro League rosters, most notably Noble, which in Season 8 actually had a pretty good run to start things off before later getting relegated after they fell off the face of the planet, and no one really knows what happened. But besides that, Team Boosted will be on the other end. So we have Goni, Solandro, fantastic name, Bandy, Thumbus, and Muskie. That's not such a fantastic name.
I think Thumbus is the best name.
It's definitely Solandro, dude. It's so close to cilantro, it makes me almost laugh.
Just making like a salad or something like that here. Is that what we're doing?
Dude, it's
with our players?
Look. Team Boosted's already been on the USN desk.
Yeah.
They've been present before.
Yeah.
They're coming back trying to win their way. Somebody has to step up to the plate to face off against not our bad Two-Faced in the next match. Almost thought that our bad one.
That's gonna be cilantro, right?
Stop, dude. You're gonna make.
I mean, you brought it up. I'm just playing into it now. You control this narrative. You have to end it.
Who makes salad with cilantro?
You created this beast. I don't know. I don't eat salad. I don't know what goes in a salad, to be honest with you. But we've got the map feed already to go.
Just the map. Throw it up there. It's bank. Boom. Easy. Almost like I almost knew that.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Almost.
We're going to a more traditional map than what we maybe used to. We do play like a lot of like those open-ended maps like Coastline and whatnot.
We literally played Coastline. If you guys didn't know this, we played Coastline 4 times in a row. I'm sorry that we have the chuckles. I'm just an idiot. I say stupid things that makes Blue laugh. But we've played Coastline. We played Coastline 4 times in a row. So it's gonna be
the website. I've never heard anyone say that before in my life prior to tonight. It's going to be a good match.
It's going to be nice to get a change of pace as well. We haven't casted Bank in a while on the USN desk, so it should be fun. I think it's going to be a lot more competitive instead of strategy with these two, but it's going to be more left up to Team Boosted to set the tone. I think that Disrupt has already set in stone exactly how they want to handle things, and this roster has actually been kind of long-standing from when Yeti left the pro scene. So, with that being said, we're going to get things started here in just a moment. How you feeling about Bank, Blue?
No, I mean, it pretty much echoes your thoughts where, like, I think this is going to be a much more strategical take on things than we've been seeing on a lot of our Coastline matchups and whatnot. Like, any teams that show up to this one and just try to kind of, like, take duels and not use utility, which was a bit of a problem for both teams in the last matchup, they're not going to have a good time on a map like Bank because it does not play very well into that playstyle. You will get run over, especially on the more kind of drilled out sites like Basement. But to be fair, like, these, the way that these sites are played, this map specifically is so old by this point that these teams, if they have any experience, should know how to play into most of these sites since the map has been around for so long. My thoughts on it anyway.
I love that someone on Twitter literally just DM'd me protons. Like, that's all it says. Just protons with a period.
That wasn't what we were talking about. We're talking about photons. Those are different.
You're so late. That was so 20 minutes ago.
Protons are part of an atom. These are different.
We probably shouldn't get into science. I'm not Bill Nye.
Energy balls.
I can't, dude. I know science is so cool. I wish I didn't suck at it. I mean, the only thing I've ever been good at.
Statement.
Yeah, the only thing I've ever been good at is video games. Like school, I was like,
just not good at science.
Dude, I'm just.
Science is such a wide field.
Dude, yeah, and then I'm not good at any of it. Like the only one that I ever got a really good grade in was biology. That's it.
Like stats breakdown could be a science. Like you could be good at that in like a context of Siege. You know, now you're not bad at science.
That's what I got CGG for.
Yeah, see, you're not bad at science.
Like, hey, Spencer,
you know how to break things down statistically and give context based on that using the scientific method.
Jesus Christ.
I just made up a lot of words.
Yeah, I know. When you said scientific method, I was like, you're done. You're done. But leading into bank, I think that this is going to be more or less how good roam games are again. We saw that on Coastline in our last matchup, that the roam games really weren't that prominent. We had a couple instances where things were, at least led by the roam game, and just a very, very minuscule amount of rounds. But with this one, it really is going to be how effective is your roam game. Are they going to ban Jackal? There's so many things that we have to figure out about this next matchup. I'm extremely excited, especially because we haven't had Disrupt. Actually, no, we've had them one time before. We had Disrupt one time before, I do believe, on the USN desk. So they haven't made it yet either. Yeah, because I remember talking to Yeti. So they haven't made it yet either, which, again, we've seen a lot of teams struggle with it. Dark Zero struggled with it. Rogue struggled with it. I mean, it was even so funny as to when we were in DreamHack Valencia that they were tweeting, you're really, really lucky that no USN team showed up.
It's they're also the minor, if I remember correctly, right? The Vegas minor.
Yes, they were Disrupt Plus.
They, unfortunately, they didn't really do much there. We never really got to see them on stream or anything like that, and they went out pretty early from that event, so we didn't get to see too much from them. But what's up?
Oh, no, keep talking.
Oh, you were pointing at me.
I'm pointing at you with the can,
okay.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. Well, with that said, guys, you've heard enough about what we think of this matchup. Now it's time to see what you guys at home thought of the matchup and see our results of our community vote, and it is astoundingly in favor of Disrupt.
Well, damn.
82%.
That's a number.
Yes, it is. So, 82% of you guys at home think a Disrupt. They're going to take this one.
You're so easy to mess with, Blue. It's insane.
It's like, yes, that is a number.
It's so easy. It's so easy. No, but it is a very large margin of difference, I would say.
I would say it's close to that. I would say it's like 60-40.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat because, again, it's going to be more or less whose practices match more, but it's time to get some results. We got to get through some rounds, figure out who won this. It's Disrupt. It's team boosted. It's going to be done on bank once again. So, with that being said, going to start things off. Yeti with the half funds or half fries in chat. Depends on your interpretation of HF.
All right, boys, take a trip.
Jackal's going to be banned.
Jackal's going to be banned, but mind you, Jackal being banned isn't the end of the world for roam capability anymore. You still have denying roam capability anyway.
Jackal's dead, Crab. Jackal's dead. Capital going to be banned out next. M249 as well as that Para, along with his utility, makes him extremely effective, and we've seen that quite a bit inside of PL, CL, the DreamHack, everywhere. I mean, he's just truly insane right now with what he can possibly bring to the field, especially on bank where you want to try and prioritize playing red hallway, and there's a lot of anchor points that you want to hold down inside of sight. But Maestro and Mira are going to round out the rest of our operator list, which leaves Echo and his pesky yokai drones alive and well.
It was like the fastest ban phase I've ever seen.
It's because people actually know what they want.
Yeah, both teams just immediately knew what they wanted to ban.
Again, unlike most people's girlfriends, they actually know what they want, which is good. It's a good thing.
Well.
Yeah.
All right.
You're welcome.
Let's get into it. On that note, into the round we go. An early basement to start, as you might expect for a bank map.
Oh, they actually have the .tb tags. Okay. Oh, we're actually going to have Goni on Ying. We don't get to see her play too often.
Okay, I was going to say, gotta get the 6-pick on that Warden.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, that has to be 6-pick. It's actually funny enough, I almost guarantee
Are they even allowed to, have him at this point?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Yeah, you can 6-pick off of it. Everything's fine, I believe.
Okay, gotcha.
We might have an admin step in if not.
They probably have to tell him that they 6-picked, or that, what he 6-picked to, I would guess, but...
No.
No?
Nope.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
Okay.
bombs.
Well, I mean, he's not on multiple.
Grab the rule book!
Yeah, I don't...
That's a flag. 10-yard penalty.
I mean, it's banned, so...
10-yard penalty. 10 health point penalty.
10-round penalty. The game's over.
You just have to take out the pistol. You're just like, I'm sorry, son. Just shoot him in the foot. It's like you're going to walk with a limp for the rest of your life.
So Warden has been kicked out of the game. He's not welcome here.
Yeah, we don't like your kind.
We don't take too kindly to your folks around here.
Yeah.
So we're gonna kick him right out of the
Yeah,
server.
no phantom site operators.
Yeah.
Gosh. I'm very interested
not
to see
really, not really big on federal employees here at the bank. They're more of a state employee kind of guy, you know. He's Secret Service, so I don't know, it's federal types.
Again, it's one of those things, especially with the 2 new operators. I'm very interested to see how they're going to be used inside of competitive play, because the only one that I see being viable in their current state is Nook. Warden's really not viable because his ability literally lasts for 2 seconds. We were actually having that conversation over, I believe it was over lunch. I think it was at lunch with Sushi today. We were having a conversation about Warden and anybody with 3 stuns, like Nomad right now. If she chucks all 3 of those stuns, his ability does not last long enough to outlast her in her animation and throwing all 3 of those stuns.
Yeah.
So he might be able to outlast the first 2, but that third one's definitely going to stun him anyways, so it doesn't matter. Blue Stairs hold, though, going to be allocated by the likes of Disrupt. Team Boosted going to have to figure it out. Traditionally, it's held down by breaking open that top wood paneling on the top of square to be able to get a nice angle down into Blue Stairwell. Or you can try and burn the ADSs and nade it. But looks like we might have some ADS juggling or something along those lines happening on Blue Stairs. Nevertheless, though, plenty of pressure still being held down inside of sight. Do you still have the pulse of Rainbow, traditionally speaking, is actually Thumbus is literally just going to rotate up Mud Tunnel. Nobody was there, not a single drone, nothing. Reed rocking a hard place. He has Toxic Bay by his side. Solandro to continue to tack on. They have complete presence. M590 by the man side. He has to try and get pushed in here, but Thumbus has this on lockdown. Mo with a quick move is actually going to take down 2, possibly 3. He's going to continue to allow this smoke to live, but it's going to be all on Thumbus now. F2 insane in the proper hands. And he's actually going to take down Mo. Smoke hasn't found too much yet, and he's not even paying attention to the bottom as Thumbus is just having complete rule over this entire round. We'll be able to go upstairs, claim Goni, gets the revive. Again, he will be back up to 20 HP as that has been recently changed. Thumbus on the challenge, though. The pulse is going to be there for it, and it's going to be Rainbow. Actually wins things out. Still has 2 defined, Nitro Cell, Cardiac Sensor, but they've already flanked over.
He's got Diffuser down there. That's what's important. He does. Now he can stay static on this position. Doesn't really have to roam around and try to deny a plan at any point here. So the game actually just got way easier for him to play into as he can hold these angles now, try to take it nice and slow. Explosion, though. Gonna throw him off. Goni barely even peeked. Our opponent's POV there. Closes out the round, though, for Boosted. A strange round it was, but it does indeed go their way. So they will open up the map 1-0 in their favor.
Good night. Good night, Pulse. That's
See ya.
Yeah, I mean
that's a GN in chat, right?
Yeah, that's I mean he was already wearing the blind headgear. So I mean if they would have lost that, they literally would have lost to somebody that can't see. That just yeah. Anyways, I really don't know how Team Boosted threw that away off the back of Thumbus's efforts, because he had everything in the world going for him inside of server.
He literally walked in server somehow.
Yeah,
like when there was 2 people holding stairs, which was really weird.
Yeah, and it's very weird because they just weren't respecting that somebody could possibly come Mud Tunnel, and the man just walks in and is like, "Oh hey,
he's like, hey guys,
your blue rotate that you thought you had, yeah, you don't have that anymore." Yeah, I hate to break it to you, but I think that something they could switch up there as an operator. I think that they could switch up. I believe it was the Smoke that was playing up there with him. I think that they could switch that up for. I think they could switch that up for an Ella and just put a Grismont Mind on Mud Tunnel, so they know that someone is coming from Mud Tunnel when the guy rotates into server, and then they can have somebody playing inside of CCTV hold the angle so that when he's slowed and can't see a damn thing, just kill him and make things a lot easier for you. But despite all the theory crafting that we want to do, it is going to be round number 2 now, and Team Boosted is going to be in the lead off the best efforts of Thumbus in that late rotate eventually after Disrupt somehow, some way got recontrol of the site. But Disrupt going to be upstairs now.
Let's get into it. Let's see if Disrupt can battle back now on a different site by playing upstairs. Boosted, though, off to a good start. To be fair, they did get away with quite a bit on that last round, so we'll see how well the success is echoed into the second round. It's a nice angle from Solandro.
I don't think you can see the door, though. Like, that was like really cool parkour, then I mean, you know, yeah. But it doesn't really gain you anything. I guess if somebody peeks the top square door, you're just like, why in the hell are you on top of an umbrella? That's really it. Also, real life, that man falls through that umbrella. That does not support him. Habana might be a very small character.
This is an arcade shooter, sir.
Yeah, yeah, but it's like
Outta here with your physics.
It's the least arcade shooter out of all the arcade shooters. We have real life physics on throwables and breakable walls. What?
It's a simulation. We can make whatever rules we want.
It's all fake.
This is just a custom server, but like, you know, in lore. So we just have like, you know, like
the birds work for the bush.
Weight doesn't work the way we want it to, so that people can do crazy angles like this.
Yeah, birds are just fake, but I can tell you what's not fake. These two frags that will eventually equalize each other and more or less different depths on operators though. Habana will be taken down, but they do have the thermite on Bandy for Team Boosted. Can definitely help them out. Going to get some intel on exactly where Reed is. He's playing the smoke inside of Janitors. As Bandy's actually going to claim a life, is going to be Brainbow who's laying down behind that wall and is starting to fall into the hands of Team Boosted, or at least the lab, because definitely these kills are so far. Reed will actually be down in the process of me talking through things, but he will get docked up, which will put him back to 75 instead of 20 if he gets picked up regularly. It's going to be Mo Digga on the dock, as well as Spade still alive. So they do still have plenty of fragging potential with these two ops still remaining, as well as in the hands of these two gentlemen. Thumb still going to be on these north windows. Will be able to take down Mo, and that's going to be the dock. No more ACOG, as Spades is yet to fall. Reed's on the Reed as well, but it's going to be Musty to claim the rest of the round, and Disrupt really just falling apart at the seams.
Yeah, I mean, a take back when it's up for the first round. This is definitely some good stuff we're seeing from Boosted here. Great executes overall, especially with the way that they pressure from the windows there. And overall, take quick control of a second round. Put them up 2-0 over Disrupt on the overall game right now. We're going to keep moving around the sites. We'll go back to basement Disrupt will for this next attempt here. Thinking that they had a little bit better luck on that site. I wouldn't say they were wrong about it, so we'll see if things go a bit better on the second attempt down here. Of course, Cade's going to be brought back in order to work into that. We saw a lot of strength from Cade in that last round, so.
Please hold down server. Yes, please.
I mean, just look at the camera. Like,
would you just look at it?
Just check the camera. Maybe Twitch will just walk in.
You see this camera here? It gives you visuals. You see it? Just look at it. Just look at it. That's
Hams, make the call. There's a Thumbus among us.
Yeah, more.
Sorry, I was waiting on that one for a while.
More, like, slightly off topic, but that YouTube video that I just referenced is so old, dude. Like, it's older than some people in chat, guaranteed. Yeah. It's like 2006.
Like Derek Comedy old? Is that how
yes, like literally watching it on my cousin's compact computer in his bedroom while we play RuneScape. Like, yeah, that old. Anyways, watching Nickelback's Rockstar music video.
Nickelback.
10 seconds remaining.
Had me and then he lost me.
Yep. Anyways, besides that, we need to see an adjustment from Disrupt, whether it's play closer together and more tight-knit, because right now Team Boosted is really picking them apart on rotation. And honestly, Team Boosted had just walking into luck. Again, Thumbus just pushed up Mud Tunnel the last time and just had control, free reign over servers, and they did literally nothing about it. So maybe tighten up the reins on the rest of the squad a little bit from the higher-ups and try to make something work. They are going to adjust where they're holding now. Instead of playing inside of blue, I think they're going to have Reed still play there, but they're definitely not going to have the two ops stack inside of blue stairs, which punished them the last time.
So Salandro first one to work his way in. Thumbus as well, already getting a drone into the bottom corner of server here. Should be able to ice out the player from Disrupt sitting on the inside. And now try to work it. Obviously, it's behind that first sack of servers. It's not the easiest thing in the world to flush out, especially without proper utility. So we'll see how Team Boosted approach that, as this time, obviously, the Twitch can't just walk right in, as she did on the last attempt of this site.
Thumbus possibly trying to find an answer for the man inside of server, but drawing a blank currently. He's the only member inside of Mud Tunnel, and it does appear that they're possibly getting square hatch open, and that would definitely put the Jaeger in a rock in a hard place, as Thumbus wants to get rid of this barbed wire before pressuring. Does still have presence up top, possibly help him. Habana now does have all the open square hatches open. Muskie's actually going to drop an EMP to mask the sound of him dropping. Very smart play. Challenges blue, but it's going to be the shotgun answer. No, it's going to be Reed with the SMG-11. Still tacks on, as Thumbus does have that F2, as we talked about earlier. Such a good weapon. Reed's actually going to claim the life at the top of the stairs as well. Reed flicking back and forth with this SMG-11. Very dangerous weapon once again. Very high rate of fire.
Didn't get a hard breacher ban though, so still have the Hibana alive to try and make impact here. Meanwhile, Reed is finally going to be countered out, trying to work his way down those server stairs, so he's been dealt with by Thumbus. Really picked up a kill in the process though, but it doesn't matter. Now we are down into another 3v3, a minute left. All on Solandro in order to pop up on one of these walls. He's already gotten he's already gotten the sight hatch, opened up. Not sure if he actually has any X-Kairos left in order to pop open the wall or not. He's got one left. Not enough to get a full wall, unfortunately, but can give them an angle into the site.
Yeah, slow goings for Team Boosted as they have lost 2 members so far. Trying to hold angles from Hatch, but again, it's not really bearing them any fruit. Goni going to drop smokes, but they have plenty of utility to try and stop this. Nitro Cell in Brainbow's hand, but it'll be Mo to strike first. Another Nitro, as actually he's going to be completely off mark. Solandro's going to drop. Does he find the second? No, it'll be Mo to answer the call. Diffuser goes down. Goni's going to have to try and find Mo. He knows he's on the reinforcement. Plenty of ammo with that M249, but it's Yeti with the Echo. Instead, with that MP5 SD, so they will defuse the bomb and find their first round off of more or less a lack of intel for Goni.
Yeah, Goni did actually get the Cade, by the way. He took him down, just didn't get the confirmation on the kill, but yeah, just a really tough angle for Goni to try and pull off the 1v2 from. You could see where those silhouettes were positioned. There was no way he was going to be able to really work his way out of that position, just had to go for the 1v2. Tried his best, didn't win it ultimately, so Disrupt finally pick up their first round. 2-1, so they win basement.
Yeah, despite Goni's best efforts, but very smart place to plant the nitro cell, to plant the diffuser. Those nitro cells just claiming the life of your friend that was holding down your angle because, again, the reason that they shifted across is because they knew that they had nitro cells. So why would you just shift across the person planting and not the person that you want to stay alive with you? Questions? I kind of want an answer. I'll ask later on.
Got them to waste the second nitro cell.
Yeah, but again, they more than likely would have wasted the second nitro cell because they still would have heard the buttons being pressed.
Yeah.
And since everyone knows that audio in this game bounces off stuff, it's kind of ricocheting over to make it sound like he's still pressing it from the default area. So with that being said, they still would have gotten the second nitro cell, you know? That's how I feel about it. But
Boosted just fell a little bit short there at the end. Didn't keep that second player alive. Needed to maintain their position in the post plant. And as a result of that, Disruptor now on the board. It's a little bit of a ways to go though before they're back in control of this matchup on the defensive side. They've got to win this upstairs site as they're going to try this for a second time. This is where Team Boosted had a lot of success, mainly working their way in from the second floor balcony, along with having some pinch pressure, I think, over by square side as well. Allowed for them to take good control in this round. And Disrupt, unfortunately, their defense fell apart pretty quickly, so we'll see if things will look a little bit better this time for them.
Well, last time Team Boosted attacked this site, it didn't work out too well, at least for Disrupt's sake, as it got some really early frags, and it just appeared that Disrupt did not have an answer for exactly what Team Boosted was offering, which was rotation. They rotated up the square hallway over towards stock. We're able to just walk in the back door freely, and it really threw a wrench into Disrupt's plans. Rainbow now trying to challenge these north windows, which probably isn't the best idea, especially with how repels are working currently. That upside down repel being so very powerful. Does expend both of his impacts as Thumbus just not very patient to have anybody help him. He probably could have had somebody toss an EMP or something else to try and burn that, but nevertheless, he will claim a frag off of his efforts.
Just throws away the utility, but thankfully, yeah, as you said, gets a kill for it at a minimum. So some justice, but that execute utility might have helped in the late round here, and unfortunately, they're not going to have it anymore. So we're going to have to hope they can get by without it. Thankfully, already down to a 5v4. Maybe don't have to worry about that too much, but Yeti there for a trade. A moment later, does knock out the Zofia. Players on the outskirts still looking for pickups themselves, and it's Muskie striking next on the Thatcher there. Unfortunately, Modiga has the angle on Goni, though, back repelling on the window, so give and a take is the only way that Boosted seem to be able to operate here in this early round.
Well, I have lost 2 operators on both ends, so equalized for now. Solandro trying to get them a little bit more information, but he's only going to find ADS as Muskie trying to find an answer for this one-prong attack, trying to make it a 2-prong by shifting up just like they did last time, where they were able to walk in the back door and really disrupt the process. See what I did there? Hey.
Shoot.
L85 is Jaeger on main stairs, so we could have some aggression coming out from him, but no, he's just going to be holding the soft angle right now on the hallway, but Muskie, once again, could throw a wrench into things if he's able to complete this rotate. Only 44 seconds now as the timer's slowly dwindling down, but it's always on the defensive side as they're trying to get aggressive from the wall. We need to have Muskie move forward now, but he's actually going to end up winning out the gunfight. I didn't think he was going to be able to claim anything there for just a second, but despite Yeti with that 416, it's not going to work out. Solandro going for 2, but again, can't find the answer. It's going to be Reed against Muskie in a 1v1. He does have more health. Muskie, you only have to touch him just a little bit. 24 health here. SMG-11 definitely could spell disaster. Rate of fire so very dangerous. Shoots through, but that's the danger of a high rate of fire weapon with a very low magazine, but it's the shotgun to answer the call here for Disrupt, as they're finally going to be able to equalize. But again, Team Boosted really just not shifting gears when they needed to.
Yeah, I mean, rough situation overall for the player in the clutch situation as well. On the Thatcher there, didn't really have a whole lot open on that square side of the site. Didn't have any of the 4 walls by the main desk opened up. Didn't really have janitor open too wide at all there, besides like a little bit of hatch area on the above the reinforced walls. So not really any room for him to play with at the end of the day on that one. So still ended up losing the 1v1, and we get the expected result out of it. Disrupt, though, back into the fray. Now have to go to their 3rd site here for the 5th round. So they'll head down to Tellers and Archives. The next one is, we're tied up now, 2-2. Both teams neck and neck. Team Boosted got a good start, but Disrupt has adjusted it. Their defenses have looked a lot more solid over the past 2 rounds, leading to this little bit of a stalling from Boosted's attack.
Yeah, especially on that last one. Like, they had the opening frags that they needed, but they immediately got traded out. So, again, it's more or less a wash.
Utility just never got used as well it should, especially like hard breach utility in that last round. Just never really made it out in the
Now you sound like me. They didn't use the utility.
I mean, it wasn't like utility overall that was the issue. It's like I said, it was just like they lost too many people in the mid round, and they never got to open up any of the walls towards like square or anything like that. Like every single reinforced wall, I think, was still up by the end of that round.
They just blame the utility, Blue. God. They could have used their guns. Sheesh. Just shoot the reinforcement open.
Yeah, I was going to say they couldn't use their guns. Reinforcements.
But they couldn't. No, I definitely agree with you, though. Their utility usage just wasn't there initially, and it seemed like the people that were challenging were the people with the most important utility, which is not what you want. Not what you want at all.
Especially like Zofia just kind of like throwing away 2 of the charges into an ADS, and then, like, granted, like she goes 1 for 1 right after that, but...
Respect, utility. I hope you guys could hear those claps. Those are very important. Very important for the context of those.
I think they heard them.
Thomas, though, will start things off downstairs inside of server, cutting off the rotate with a very well-placed Claymore. But again, if anybody has eyes, more than likely they will see those lasers and be able to deal with it because it is placed at a pretty far angle from the door. That being said, though, Castle Strats coming out from Disrupt. Holding down elevator hallway as well as open area, it seems like, is where they want to put most of this pressure. Air jabs from the Nomad down to make sure that they can't rotate out, at least towards the lobby side, as Thumbus gets aggressive and realizes that there's nobody home inside of sight. He literally has free range over the entire damn thing. Thermite is nowhere near with the diffuser, though, is going to be the next to get aggressive. Trying to get an air jab down before he more than likely meets his demise, which he will. Solandro, though, to equalize.
Plant, of course, going to go down since they have such easy control over this. Any attempt to stop it, it's there. It's not really going to find the angle on it, though. I think the wall's in the way partially, so we can't actually spot the diffuser as it's being placed on the ground. Another pickup from Bandy. The situation just starts to look better and better for Boosted. That's an easy pickup here for Thumbus as he takes out Spades right after the drop down. Now it's Salt to Modiga here. He's working all the way from lobby. He's going to get out-rotated by Solandro. That's the end of it. Boosted stealing that round right from the hands of Disrupt before they even get a chance to realize what they had.
Yeah, literally just like walked up in the house and ate this man's cookies, man. Like it just
took the pie from the windowsill.
Yeah, more than that, dude. They literally just like walked in and Disrupt comes back. It's like, hey, what's up, dude? This is my house now. Like I'm on the couch. I'm eating your Lay's chips.
Got squatted on.
Yeah, exactly. Squatted on with California law. They can just live there for 6 months, dude. It's not good.
Those court proceedings, they're going to take a while. Stuff moves slow in California, from what I hear.
Dude, it really does. Really does. Let me tell you.
We'll go into the next round.
Again, but why is there no one there? Why is there no one archives? Really weird, again, Thumbus just walks into sight.
So, like, they had, like, hatch
That's twice, by the way. That's twice that's happened now. So, servers off of site downstairs, but it was very important for what Disrupt was trying to do.
Yeah. So to give credit to Disrupt, like they had like rotate holes set up through hatches and stuff to try and drop back down really quickly. But the problem is that they like, I guess they just had really poor timing on the situation or something like that, and then didn't try to use them until way late in the round when they already had control. Just really weird.
My name is Thumbus, and I bring ill tidings. It's every round, man. He's just like
Walks in.
yeah. It's just like the guy that shows
like-
up to town. You're just
he's-
like, oh, that guy's bad news.
I was gonna say, oh no, I was gonna say he's just that friend that like shows up at your house all the time and just like eats all your snacks.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude.
5 seconds left.
Everyone has that one guy too. The one guy that your parents are just like, Billy can't come over anymore because he eats all the frickin' snacks. Like we're spending $100 a week because Billy doesn't know how to eat at his own house. That's exactly what Thumbus.
Dang it, Billy!
God dang it, Thumbus!
You ate all of the donuts again.
Dude, all of my Oreos are gone.
You ate all the stuff from the bakery section of the grocery store.
It's sad. It's a really sad day.
It's always the friends that eat all
It's
the
a really sad day when Thumbus eats all of your chips. Anyways, 30 seconds in now, and apparently Thumbus might be able to just walk in again. It doesn't appear anybody wants to try and play devil's advocate here. We're going to have one person. It's going to be Jaeger, which is played by Spades this time around, not Yeti. So more than likely, they're going to have to challenge down blue stairs to find an answer to this. Either that or expense both of your shock drones and still not have an answer to this.
Yeah, again, it's just like a really like questionable use of utility in that situation. Like, same as the last round, right? Like, we've had like 2 examples of it back to back. You've had the Zofia just throw away the charges on the lifeline, and then this round just throw away both the Twitch drones. Like,
It's literally just like, let me expense all of my drones
Like-
and then just try and shoot you in your face.
if it was a
Like,
normal drone, I'd get it, right? But
it's shock drones that can
Yeah.
possibly deal with Yeti or get rid of Modiga's electro claws. So, again, as you said, questionable utility usage, but bold of us to assume that they fear death.
yeah, really, with the way Thumbus specifically has been running out on some of this stuff.
Oh yeah, they're definitely going to full set. I'm going to predict it right now. This is going to be an EMP hot drop, or Spades is just going to challenge it and rip this man's head off, executioner style. Brandy's going to try and continue to tack on, but it'll be Reed to come out on top. It's Spades yet again as this comes through with the double kill. Goni trying to challenge upstairs, does not have much health. Spades continues to challenge the hatch, which you don't regularly do, but it's going to be a headshot and a flawless round for Disrupt.
That just went from bad to terrible for Boosted real quick.
Yeah, it went from us joking to me yelling. That's kind of.
I mean,
that's my analytics
the thing
of
is,
that round.
there was so much lead up to what happened right there. Disrupt just read it. Disrupt was like, yeah, like they're gonna execute here in like 10 seconds, just like peek them, and then they just got like 3 kills on him because they weren't ready for aggression to come out from the defenders.
Exactly. The best part of that entire round is it's like Team Boosted forgot that Disrupt had feet.
Yeah,
Like
it's like guys, they're not gonna peek, and then they get peeked like 3 times in a row and die.
challenges the hatch. He's like, oh, there's a guy here. Did you know that? He's like, yeah.
The hatch challenge was very, very ballsy though. To be fair,
Hashtag hatch challenge.
like that, you got to give credit to who was it originally? That it was Spades.
the amount of people that I've been seeing challenge hatches as Jaeger recently is insane.
Yeah.
We saw Vertical challenge. Oh my God! Like the man was breaking my brain, but he's getting like triple kills by peeking up hatches. That shouldn't happen. It just shouldn't happen. You shouldn't challenge a hatch, but these people are challenging hatches and making magic happen. That's what I'm saying. It's truly insane.
With a pretty even split of round share there at the end of the day, of course, as we now enter the second half. Tied again at 3-3, by the way.
I would hope that it's pretty even because it's even.
Yeah. Well, it was more like, did someone win a streak of 3 rounds? Did somebody, like, seesaw for a little bit? And it was 2-2-1-2, or 2-2-1-1.
Yeah.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
10 seconds remaining.
Cody's going to crumble some wooden bars here as well.
What is happening with these wooden studs that are just not breaking? So they broke up most of the wall for the long angle from garage, but they just left the studs up, which, again, that's absolutely... Oh, okay, no, we are going to take them out.
It's like one member that's like, it's Goni. Goni's like shooting specifically to leave those things there somehow. Somehow he knows how to do that.
How good are you with old TV shows?
It depends on how old.
Nickelodeon, it was about the guy that's a handyman. I'm trying to think of it.
Bob the Builder?
No.
Wait, are you talking about the Tim Allen show?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I know you're talking.
Oh my God. Dude, somebody in chat is frying us right now.
I'm actually.
Grab the iPad.
Give me 2 seconds.
It's the only reason we have tablets, is so we can look up.
Home Improvement. I didn't even need to look it up. I remembered it.
Home Improvement. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Was that Nickelodeon, though?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yes.
Like originally Nickelodeon?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
No, but it's definitely Home Improvement with Tim Allen.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I know you said Nick and like
No,
Candyman. So
Gotcha's not on Disrupt anymore. He's on Evil Geniuses. Come on, get with the times. I'm a terrible person tonight. Anyways, besides that, we are delving deeper into round 7.
Guess we've just missed half the round.
Yeah, well, that's fine because not much has happened. They have roam cleared, so then everyone is downstairs, and they're now trying to get these hatches open with Reed with the breaching torch. He's going to establish a little bit of an angle, but they're actually going to be able to find that electro claw on the hatch, which means things all of a sudden got a lot easier. Rainbow able to open the hatch now. And now we're going to be torching out the rest of the hatches over an open area, at least another one. So the way that he's going to cut this hatch open is going to be a little bit different from what we've seen prior. Originally, a lot of people were making just a regular square, but now they make 2 lines and then an L, and it makes it to where they can't get an angle on you to possibly kill you, which makes it to where Maverick's able to stay alive and keep most of his health. A quick flick, but it's going to not answer the call as Mo will rotate down blue freely. Able to frag out the man from behind server, and this is going to be a spread take from Disrupt. Prioritizing main stairs as Goni continues to try and challenge his hatch, as I believe the exothermic charge will be confirmed. Yes, they are. They do have to try and get this diffuser down now. They do have plenty of utility to deny this, though. 2 nitro cells, yokai drones, smokes, I mean, everything except the kitchen sink left. If anybody was going to die, it had to be Thumbus.
One of the server walls is left soft as well, so they got a little bit of easy penetration as a result of that. First attempt at a plant is going to fail, of course, because of the toxic smoke grenades that are still ready to go. Yokai attempt to place it on the inside for another denial is challenged and successfully taken out. Reed picks up the next frag here for Disrupt, though, as boosted. Still are not having the best of luck with trying to hold off this push. And now the plant, more than likely getting confirmed here by Brainbow, the Yokai, getting on that. So you can see it going on the ceiling, but yeah, never shot, so doesn't stop it.
All right, well, that was a series of unfortunate events for the defense, really. They had all the utility in the world to possibly stop this from happening, and they let it happen anyways. So now Disrupt just obviously gets to hold down all of the rotates, claim free kills to pad the stats, and that's about it. Unless Salandro can literally make magic happen, which he won't, Disrupt will win the round.
Not the Magic Man.
No, definitely not the Magic Man. But you know who is the Magic Man? Yeti, because he's rocking the AUG, which is the most peculiar weapon in all of IQ's arsenal.
It's got that gold skin, too.
Yeah, dude. It's not on the Deagle, though, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All the cool kids know you only have a gold Deagle.
How do you even get the gold? Wasn't that like all attachments or something like that?
No. Are you talking about actually in COD?
No, like in this game. Like,
Oh, no. It was literally a promotional thing for buying the game originally. It was a pre-order item.
well, that's unfortunate.
I had it.
I got mine from a.
No,
I got my copy of this game from my laptop.
I think that you actually had to. What was it? I think you had to buy it with the actual Uplay like credits. Is how you got the gold skin. It's either a pre-order or it's with Uplay credits within like the first year. I have it on my Xbox account, but we can't transfer skins, so therefore I don't have it anymore. I would also have Glacier.
Really, we need a kitchen sink.
I'm not mad, dude. Let me tell you, I'm definitely not mad about it.
Just need that account sync set up. Ubisoft, where you at? We're going to take us into this next round now. Disrupt, of course, with the lead, starting to shoot ahead. Reed having himself a heck of a match right now, by the way. 10-5 compared to his next highest teammate at 6-4. So, good stuff so far from Reed, but the rest of Disrupt also showing up. For a little bit of a bumpy start, their team boosted, picking up those initial 2 rounds, but since then we've only seen 1 more from them. It's been a bit slow rolling, starting out on this defense. They're going to change their sight for the second round they play on it. They'll head upstairs instead. So where the attack had quite a bit of success previously, so we'll see if that's the same again. Going on the Valkyrie here. Actually going to get a pretty nice cam outside.
Yeah, very nice on the palm tree, as he's going to be able to see 2 people rotate over to north windows and start to repel.
IQ
to get very aggressive. Thumbus has been very aggressive. He's going to break open the window, which is going to make Disrupt stay on the ground and go, hey, this guy's probably going to jump outside. Nitro cell, nothing. Which kind of sucks because, again...
IQ didn't even see the cam either. So.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Especially with that Nitro cell, have somebody else jump on the black eye cam and tell you when to toss the Nitro cell. Why not? You know?
Or just like coordinate a run out around that. But obviously a run out would be way riskier.
Yeah, they were also just like punching open random windows while they're trying to bait people to repel, which is probably not the best way to try and bait somebody to repel. Hey, Did you know I'm going to hop out this window as soon as you repel and shoot you in your face?
Yeah, there's like 3 of them at windows, guys. I'm pretty sure they got a camera out here. Just watch them. Like,
oh my god.
they're just sitting there on Disrupt right now. Like, no one try it. Like,
Yeah, he's just like, guys. They're all here. Just no, stop.
guys,
Everyone stop.
Don't repel. They got a camera somewhere.
We're going somewhere else.
So in the meanwhile, the attack has been spending a good amount of time using their own drone intel here to clear up primarily square. They've got a good one set up in lobby also though, and they've already got one of the walls open here at square 2, which is a step that Boosted wasn't able to get past the last time they played on this site, attacking. That ultimately led into a pretty poor situation, positionally anyway, for them to lose that round. So already disrupted a little bit better in that respect. Still quite a ways to go though, and they've only got 1 minute and 20 seconds left. So Disruptor's still in the hot seat here for the most part. But all right, Motika though definitely having some intel on that one. Goes right in on Goni's head to take him out through the wall.
I do have Thumbus on flank, and he could mess with us pretty well, especially from where he is. There's no drones downstairs to possibly save Disrupt from what's about to come. They do have the beepers on the blue door, but no one's going to respect the telltale sign that someone has walked through said beepers. Thumbus actually going to do quite a bit of damage to Brainbow, but it's not going to be enough to be fatal. Only 40 seconds left. This Jaeger has to do something. You know exactly where he is now, as he's actually going to drop back downstairs to blue. More than likely going to read into this. He might rotate main, though, as they don't really have any pressure there. Thumbus actually is going to rotate. I have no idea. We can't find him. Where is he? Where's the Jaeger? Where did he go? Did he rotate blue? There he is. Yes, he did rotate blue. Okay. I was going to say.
They had to put out the searchlights.
Yeah, getting thrown for a loop there just for a second, but Disrupt to answer the call as 3 frags will rain through for the team. It's going to be all up to Thumbus, who was off-site. He finds one, but gets challenged from the hallway immediately, and Spades with the buck finds yet another round for Disrupt.
Yeah, and again, that's like good droning, like we saw in the early round for them. They hard breach walls open up, so they had a lot of room to execute on top of that. And then they were doing a really good job of countering out roaming presence for the most part. Obviously, you had Jaeger messing them a little bit from first floor square, but they were able to force him back, and past that one little blip of damage that he managed to get, I think, on like the thermite, they didn't really have to deal with him that much because he had to spend so much time rotating. So by the time he managed to work his way back up into a position where he could actually do something, like the majority of Boosted were dead because Disrupt had already pulled off the execute. So really good timing on most of this, along with just, all of the basics kind of lining up right now for Disrupt. They're playing a really good game, and there's a reason why they're ahead by 2 rounds, especially on this attacking side. It's looked a lot better for them here compared to the arguably bumpier start they got on defense. Yeah,
I agree. I think that the only person that's really giving them any trouble right now is Thumbus. Everyone else seems to just be laying down.
And even Thumbus's impact is kind of limited right now.
Yeah, and again, it kind of sucks when you come back to your site and everyone's dead.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's more or less like I think I actually referenced this over the weekend, but it's more or less like Childish Gambino with that gif of him walking in and the entire apartment's on fire.
Oh, from
Community?
Yeah.
You're just walking here, it's like, okay, well, everyone's dead. I have to retake site by myself, and I have to possibly murder 3 people in the process. So that's great. Now I'm a serial killer, because it's at least 3.
Yeah.
You're so very welcome.
It's made it a difficult process.
Yeah. Very, very hard decision to become a serial killer or not.
You gotta decide which cereal to kill.
Captain Crunch,
Cinnamon
dude.
Toast Crunch.
I always hated that guy's face. Captain Crunch. He's got such a big nose, dude. Fat head.
It's not an easy decision.
Of all the cereals to kill, definitely Captain Crunch. Tastes so good, though.
It has to be Rice Krispie treats. That rabbit just doesn't look. That rabbit's just shifty.
It's not Rice Krispies.
Oh,
Rice
yeah,
Krispies
right.
like
What is the rabbit? Wait, what's the rabbit?
Trick cereal.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. That's a bad one.
Know your cereals, man.
Right.
God.
I don't know why I didn't even, like, the name Trix didn't even, like, register in my head there for a sec. I just immediately went to Rice Krispie treats. Those 3, the Snap, Crackle, and Pop guys, they're all right, though. They're cool. All right. We don't got to worry about them.
Rice Krispie treats are good.
Yes, they are. But looking further into this round, we'll take a look and see what exactly the setup's going to look like for Disrupt. Obviously, a bit of a slow take on this one once again. They are not really dealing with a whole lot of roaming presence at all. It seems like Boosted almost took like the extreme opposite position to the fact that their roaming hasn't been that great, and they're just not really going to use it. I don't know if that's because of Thumbus trying something earlier on in the round and kind of being denied, or if, like I said before, he's just kind of holding back overall here. But either way, there's not a lot of presence for Disrupt to deal with. Meaning that, yes, they can go into their execute, seemingly earlier in the round than they've done, potentially even in past rounds, but there's obviously going to be a lot more resistance at the doorstep this time compared to before. I think in the early round, we've normally seen them get, 1 to 2 kills. This run, it's pretty much the exact opposite to that. No one has gone down, and we were, halfway through it.
Well, as you said, halfway down. We're about halfway down right now through this round. Challenge quickly onto server, but it's going to be met by the likes of Mo. Gonna claim a quick kill and open things up for Disrupt, and it seems to be Thumbus is a make or break every single time for Team Boosted. It's either he finds 4 frags and they end up winning the round, or he dies initially, and then Team Boosted just lays down and really lets whatever Disrupt wants to do happen. And that's becoming a very big issue. Frag Grenade might find a kill. No, it's not going to do anything for Spades. Does do a little bit of damage to Goni, but it'll be Reed to find the next fatal frag. Team Boosted now starting to fall apart at the seams, but they do still have Bandy alive with those toxic babes. They're doing a little bit of damage to the likes of Rainbow, but does seem that he will be able to get this diffuser down pretty soon enough. Nitro Cell will fall on deaf ears as no frag grenades. The only man that really has any utility left is going to be Reed, who has 2 stuns, but that is going to be the last toxic babe used by the defense. Need to get this diffuser down now. That should be the priority for Disrupt. They do have some fantastic angles. Very good placement to be able to hold down everything. No real aggression can come out of Team Boosted with these angles live either. Reed to throw through another stun. Very well placed as well. Able to ricochet it right through that opening that was made by the defense. Goni to claim the first frag, though. Quick shots by Mo to equalize as Spades comes out on top on his battle. It'll be Reed to answer the call once again as Disrupt wins round number 9.
Major props to Disrupt for winning that round, because they did not have a lot to work with to get that execute off. They were really limited on just any type of angles whatsoever, and I think that they didn't really have the greatest read on how much utility Boosted had at that late in the round either, because even I was sitting there questioning how many toxic grenades were still left and whatnot, and they were still pretty calm and collected about the whole thing. So really good stuff from Disrupt there to still pull off the execute. I mean, and even win it as confidently as they did. I don't think they lost a single trade on that final execute right there.
Yeah, again, that's the thing about Bank, especially with the downstairs. Eventually, when you do get all of the angles established, it becomes extremely, extremely easy to win the round, no matter how much utility they have. If you have the time to be able to bait it out, that's all you really need.
Yeah.
So, and that's all they needed with those toxic babes. The Nitro Cell was just poor placement. I mean, again, you are Pulse. You should know if he's there or not, and you didn't. So, especially right after the man used the other toxic babe, that Nitro Cell really wasn't the best idea. You more or less burned it. You just threw it to the wayside for really nothing. So
going on to what could potentially be the final round.
Okay.
Yeah, Reed going off right now, 13-6.
Yeah, then Rainbow doing his best support phase. That's really it.
All good. He's got the diffuser. That's what matters.
Yeah, I am the man that plants the bomb. I am not the man.
He's got that yellow briefcase. We call that the excuse here.
It's not the football like the president. We call it the excuse.
As long as he's got that yellow briefcase. It's called the no judgment rock. You hold that, and casters aren't allowed to talk bad about you.
This is the no judgment box.
Yeah.
When I hold this box, you may not judge me for any of my skills or what I do.
It's the emotional baggage.
Yeah, Flynn should probably get that.
What did he just put in his face right there?
His gun.
Did Valkyrie just put her gun right in her
Yeah,
mouth?
dude, the MPX is so trash, you use it for nourishment rather than
There's
weaponry.
just a screen on the top of it that we failed to inform everybody about. So
It's the new heartbeat sensor. It's coming in the next update.
she just forgot to put the weapon away beforehand. But yeah, this is the MPX.
Ooh. Just use a deagle, Goni. Oh, I was about to be stop being a baby, but it's Thumbus. Again, he's the one to always get aggressive. He throws himself out the window off the top rope. Spades is trying to find him. He has the ACOG. The C8 could kick wildly and still keep Thumbus alive. He's trying to get some help from upstairs as Spades is trying to bait him out of his corner. But it's going to be Mo? Actually, no. No one's coming over to support this man. This could be a free kill from upstairs. He's waiting for somebody to come over to the roof, but it appears that Thumbus is ready for it. He challenges back out, but Spades there again to match him, and we're just in this constant battle of back and forth. I feel like this is Crips just from DreamHack that we just saw. Mo to challenge. Is Jaeger actually going to end up winning this out? No, he's not. He'll eventually be downed, but not before he's already expended an entire 45 seconds outside of me shoutcasting for literally no reason.
That's the longest amount of time I've ever seen someone just stand outside. And
you should have seen Crips at DreamHack. It was actually dumb. I have no idea how Penta allowed him to stay alive. But that doesn't matter now. What matters now is that we're possibly blowing open a wall with exothermic science. It's science again. We're blowing things open with science, which is fantastic. Establishes longer angles into square. which can definitely help them out. They've planned quite a few ACOGs on offense, so with these longer angles, especially with that bookshelf that Goni, you can see in his peripherals, you can actually shoot through that. So you're able to handle the quad hallway, which is the one that has the 2 double-stacked windows, very, very easily. But besides that, Disrupt still has to try and find a way to get this diffuser down. There's still plenty of utility on the defense to be met. You still have Yokai Drones, Toxic Babes, as well as a possible Nitro Cell in the hands of Goni, unless he expended it earlier and we just did not hear it. But that's not going to matter anymore because Goni is dead. So, making things just a slight bit easier. One thing is now, though, 2 people dead. Plenty of information utility on the board. We're definitely going to know where most of these people are coming from. Muskie is completely off-site. He's all the way up by ATMs. So if this does turn into a retake, they're going to have a man rotate all the way from the front. Quick shot from the shotgun. He's going to be playing close to the door, but the timing's actually going to be well met. Smo will come out on top of things. Muskie needs to start rotating back to site. This could spell disaster if he doesn't. Salandro, though, trying to hold things down, and Spades is actually going to be at the front door. Muskie poorly timed, my man. It's going to be all left up to Salandro. He's holding things down. It's a 1 versus 1. If he loses, it's over. It's Disrupt to the finals. Holding things down behind desk. Spades quickly moves through. Challenges, is he going to find him? No! The holographic, the ACOG actually blacks out the sun of Salandro. He can't see the man laying down behind the desk, and it's going to be team boosted to stay alive.
For now.
So
bring themselves back into it. 4-6. A good hold from team boosted. And as well, really good use, and more importantly, abuse of the Valkyrie cam right there to give them good intel. So had great control in the early round. We're obviously able to delay things well enough in the late round there, too. Of course, it got very close when we got into the actual execute, but much better mid-round trades in the course of that as well. Gave them that extra time to waste down the clock a little bit and reach the eventual conclusion of the round. They also get to go back to basement now, too, but to be fair, this is where Disrupt had a very good execute in the last round. Boosted needed to do a much better job of picking up kills in the early round. They pulled back their aggression. They were able to pretty much take it to the timer with regards to forcing the plan out as a result of that, but didn't have the angles needed to actually shut down the execute. As a result, just got kind of stomped on in the last few seconds by Disrupt. The last time we played into basement, so we'll see how they adjust.
Stop you right there. They got stomped on by Salandro. I'm just being completely honest. He was definitely the highlight player of that round. Disrupt had a very valiant effort to get things opened up, make things a little bit easier. Thumbus tried to obviously do what Thumbus was doing, just jump outside, get a frag, and I think the weird thing there is that he didn't just try at least baiting the buck into a shot to know where he was and then just challenge.
Yeah.
Instead he was just like, I wouldn't mind dying now. I'm just going to wait for somebody to rotate to roof, which, again, he tried to hold the angle, but nevertheless, it was more or less the rest of the defense that had to hold things down, and that really just didn't happen. Especially, you have to feel bad for Muskie because he was trying to rotate. He just rotated way too late. He rotated to ATMs more than likely to try and keep his Yokai drones alive to where they could actually be used. And if it came down to that clutch situation where it's 10 seconds and you just have to Yokai the man twice, then not a bad move. But overall, it was Team Boosted's round to lose. They just got caught off on timing, which is something that happens quite often in Siege.
All right, guys, let's see if Disrupt can piece it back together for one final round. So they want to push it ahead 7-4 to line up their matchup versus Two-Face, potentially coming up after this. Boosted, of course, with the same exact things. They're looking to take this to OT, same as our first map of the day, in order to make that a possibility. They must now take it to OT, though. No choice left in this one. They need to win the next 2 rounds straight without a single one drop. Yeti quickly moving in order to get Janitor control. Rest of his team going to be right behind him. They'll can open the hatch real quick, knock out a black-eye camera. This will be an easy way for them to hop down and try to secure some first-floor control. And they'll work with a few of their teammates in order to do that. There's pretty good kind of box setup here from Boosted, though, to try and prevent that from happening. So it might take Disrupt a few extra seconds in order to fully line up that pressure that they are indeed looking for here.
Well, I was just notified that my MVP already got selected by somebody else. The only other person sitting on my desk.
And absolutely destroyed. The game's not even over yet, though.
So. Why do they only ask you first, man? Why do they only ask you?
I just tell them when
whoever in the last round.
Soon as we hit 6 points for one of these teams, I'm picking the MVP.
Dude, yeah, you always pick the person that just has the most kills. It's cheating. That's not how this works.
It's not always true.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. They do still have some utility. They are going to spot out Ella on blue stairs. It's going to be Muskie, but he's going to be locked between a rock and a hard place, especially with square hatch open. They have some lifelines, but he's actually going to allocate the impact first to make sure that there is no ADSs to possibly stop him. Concussion goes through now, but there's a very weird thing that happens between these two. If you guys didn't know, Ella and Zofia are sisters, therefore their utility doesn't work as well on each other, which is just weird. Grismont takes him down. Muskie with the frag. That's going to be with the shotgun. That FO12, extremely powerful in close ranges. He's going to have to try and find it once again. Does quite a bit of damage to Mo, but Mo with a very quick flick onto Muskie. Muskie just not aware that the man was trying to push into sight. Ends up getting taken down. Now, with the rest of the offense of Disrupt, they do have the Ella now taken care of. So they do have the they do have the Thermite charge to finally break open the wall. Plenty of time left, but it's going to be Goni on a hell of an angle with an MPX. Oh my God, that was from forever and a mile away. Spades could find a solution very quickly, though, as he will be able to take down Goni. Looking for the second. Will he be able to find it? Re-challenges. He only had 2 bullets in the magazine, though. Has him on both ends, and Thumbus will be able to finally find him. Reed rotates into red hallway, takes down Smoke, but no, actually Smoke will just be down. Rainbow to get the diffuser down. Thumbus will be able to revive his fallen comrade. Quick shots through the wall, but they're going to be met by the metal bars as he rotates upstairs to be able to play the long angle through the hatch.
Still hesitant on actually going all the way up, so he ends up staying downstairs. He'll try to take the duel at the main door when they cross in instead. Gets the angle necessary, but not the damage, unfortunately. Only brings down about 25 HP. Both players are now at that health point. Half of the time has been used up on Diffuser. He is close enough to be able to hear the attempt to jump on for the counter Diffuse. Here we go. They've jumped on it for the first time. There's the attempt. He'll swing forward. Misses the initial player, though, that's already holding the angle. So Bandy will be able to get this off. Plenty of time in order to do that. And so, team boosted. Take it to the limit now. We're going to go all the way to round number 12 at 5-6 to see who wins this one.
They're bringing it back. It's coming back. A very heartbreaking round for Disrupt, really, because they had Spades on the flank. It could have worked out a lot better. Especially with that second kill. Like, if he didn't just botch the shot on that second kill, I really feel like they take this. Because, again, Jaeger was the one that won them that round. So, with that being said, though, we're going to have to figure out if we're going to overtime or if we're going to the next match. We are only playing best of ones here on the USN desk. So, Bank is the only map that we have between these two teams tonight. We can play Bank for the next one, but obviously can't play it again or play a different map between these two teams. We have to have an absolute victor, but could have 2 OT matches on the night, which would be good. Also, we haven't had anything pesky happen just yet for Rehost, which is always something good.
Now you've jinxed it.
Knock on something.
It's going to happen like 30 times now.
Shut your face. shut your face. Anyways, we are going to have Thumbus switch things up. No more Jaeger. He's going to go over to the Vigil. Still selfish utility, more or less. Granted, Jaeger's obviously doesn't have selfish utility. He has ADSs, which prevent throwables, which is nice. He's the only one in the game that does it. Thumbus now, though, more or less selfish utility. It's the ERC7 backpack, which makes it to where he's invisible to drones when it's turned on, unless he shoots, which turns it off. Unlike Nook, which a lot of people have grown accustomed to because she's on offense now, you can shoot with her utility, but you can't shoot with Vigils.
No, you cannot. Let's go into it, guys. Our next round here, and the round will decide OT or regulation end to this matchup. Disrupt's last chance to win another attacking round in order to get it under their belt here. It's going to be on Tellers as well, which is a site they have not had to attack just yet. So we'll see if this proves better or, well, worse for them. Having to go through a little bit more unfamiliar territory on this matchup. Only been one other time we've played on this site, even in the first half, too, so.
All right, well, we still have Yeti running this peculiar setup with the AUG. Again, the AUG's a really good weapon. It really is. Just a very misformed shape that blocks out a lot of the screen, and that's why players usually don't use that weapon. Usually see the other two. Usually use the 5.5 Commando or the LMG, which is like the G862 or something along those lines. I don't use it. 5.52 because it's the most damaging assault rifle in the game. It's a good gun. Good gun. But besides that point that I'm making for literally no reason, Modiga with the Zofia, he's trying to barrel down on site with his drones, trying to get them some information. There's not too many roamers by the defense. We do see some people inside of the kitchen area. They more or less have like a half rotate setup. They're just trying to do a horizontal hold and then play Thumbus downstairs to possibly get a flank off once things get warmed up or spicy inside of kitchen, but they are going to be holding down blue stairs and putting an air jab on it. So Reed definitely going to be reading into the likelihood of a roamer, but definitely not the likelihood of Goni fragging out Reed, which not going to be such a good thing. Did not get all those air jab downs, which is going to make it to where Thumbus' job is a lot easier. They did get the one down that was important, though. It's going to be the one on blue stairs to possibly stop him from rotating into kitchen. So with that being said, looks like they are going off to other pastures, more or less focused on the front end of things now. Mo to find the first kill. It's going to be on to the mute. Under a minute left now as
A bomb has been located.
an angle's being held. Diffuser can't possibly get planted. Toon's waiting on that. He's actually on drone right now trying to find anyone that's possibly rotating. Yeti will follow up with a secondary kill onto Castle.
Modiga getting some potentially life-saving intel right here if he wasn't careful about it. Yeti is going to get taken down, though, by Muskie on the first attempt to eliminate that threat. It is traded out very quickly, though, by Modiga, bringing us into a 3v2. 35 seconds left to start the plant here, though, for Disrupt. They're only a man up right now, so they can't really afford to throw away players, but Modiga, he can take a duel in order to give them one better. He's going to move forward, knock out Thumbus, probably the most dangerous player on that boosted roster. Leaves only Goni alone here. He's got a good lineup, though, for his first pickup, and now 1v2, but the plant is going down. He's got some lot of pressure onto him, now below 75 HP. Doesn't really have anywhere to run here. Modiga, though, throws him off. He's going to be able to go back further into archives. It's really not going to give him a whole lot more room to play with, unfortunately. He can go in and try to kill the planter, but it doesn't work out. Rainbow finishes it off, and it's going to be Disrupt that take control at the end of regulation and close out the map and the match 7-5. Meaning we're going to see Disrupt move on to play out against Two-Face in our final match of the day.
Very interesting match for a lot of reasons. We saw some better utility usage between the two teams, but there was still just some rudimentary errors that were just faulting on either side. And it was more on the side of Team Boosted with just the likes of Thumbus, really. It was more or less the Thumbus show. And if Thumbus didn't, strike the iron while the iron was hot, then it was over.
Yeah,
So,
never really saw a big play from anybody else, unfortunately. So as a result of that, Disrupt, with arguably a little bit better, especially on attack when it comes to like their executes and things like that, looking a little bit stronger. They take the edge at the end of the day, just barely, though, only by 1 round, well, 2 rounds technically, at regulation there. And as such, they get to move on. They get to punch their ticket into our final matchup. Still one more match away, of course, from making it into the closed conference qualifier coming up in just a few weeks' time. They are only one more step away from that part.
well, as we roll the replay reel for you guys, so you can see exactly how this match ended up. I will tell you this, again, Team Boosted was more highlighted by the likes of Thumbus, just being able to find the cracks in the armor of Disrupt, especially when they were on defense. His roam game really didn't have any potential on defense, just with how Disrupt was handling the map overall. They were doing a very good job of roam clearing, and Thumbus really couldn't find an answer for that. He eventually tried to play Vigil, but I believe that it was too little, too late. This is a very smart utility usage by Muskie to drop the EMP to mask the sound of his drop. So, but Disrupt on the other end of things. Overall, I feel like they could come together as a team a little bit more. It seemed like they did have some miscommunication issues. But I believe that once they get that figured out, things will fare a little bit better for them, and these matches won't be so close.
We saw a different set of issues from the guys on Two-Face, so it's going to be interesting to see how like those two styles clash and how those issues kind of surface up in that match as well. As that's obviously going to be the match that we'll see clash in just a moment here. Like, utility usage for Disrupt was definitely a lot better than what we saw with the guys on Two-Face, so that aspect of the game is probably going to play into their favor. But things like executes and whatnot may not be so much the case, so we'll have to see how that ends up going when we get into that matchup. Either way, though, Disrupt definitely taking the edge, especially when it came to the attacking side here. They cut ahead very early on as we entered the second half, and you're going to see that by the replays. The score is going to show in a minute. They pretty much shot right up to 6 at the beginning here. It was just a matter of needing that one extra round to close out.
Yeah, and here's the other thing for both of these teams. Their pacing is a little bit weird, which makes it very difficult sometimes to read into what they're doing. Because you'll get a slight burst of speed to where they get kills, and then everything just immediately slows down and everyone stops.
Yeah,
you're
I like that a lot.
You're like, okay, so am I supposed to be excited at this moment, or like what's happening here? You know what I mean?
Happened too.
Which again, it's very weird in between teams as well, because you don't have immediate refrags. It's more or less one frag happens and everyone stops. And they're like, okay, I don't want to be the next one dead. I don't want to die. I need my utility. Which again, I'm going to keep saying this, is not necessarily a bad thing, but I feel like if the teams just play a little bit closer together, especially for like refrag potential, that it's going to help them out a lot. Like, for instance, like right now, Mo's on this staircase completely alone. They need control of server, but there's no one else there to help him. So if he dies, then Ella just gets re-control of blue stairs. It's just over. And then what do you do then? You have to re-challenge her all over again. She's got an FO12. You do not have a Zofia to possibly concussion her, to get her to rotate down. Just, this is not good. It's not good.
So we saw the good isolation as they popped up on both sides of the teller site there, and were able to get control of it in the final round and eventually isolate out the final 3v1 to take control there. So once again, big props to Disrupt. We're going to try to get one of their players on comms here in just a sec for an interview as well before we throw them right back into the gauntlet for the last match of the day coming up pretty much immediately after this. We're going to take our short break, but obviously we'll have it coming up pretty shortly after that, and then we'll have a winner. Another team will be qualified for the Western Conference into the closed Stage 2 qualifiers, which will start in just about 2 weeks' time, and then we'll get to start to see those teams facing off against each other in a best-of-3 setting, which will obviously increase the competition quite a bit. Should be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we have the interview ready now. We'll jump right into things. So here we go. Yeti, what's going on, my man? How are you?
Good. How are you, bro?
I'm doing fantastic. Just got back from Valencia, so.
Yeah, long travel, huh?
Dude, Spain's a an entirely different beast. It's extremely hot outside, but it's not about me. It's about you. It's about this match. So, Bank overall, your guys' utility usage was pretty good, but it seemed that Thumbus was kind of a thorn in your guys' side quite often. But immediately when you guys got rid of Thumbus, Team Boosted more or less just like laid down and let you guys really have control of what you wanted. Did you guys recognize that out pretty early on and just try and prioritize him?
Well, I think it's hard to address like when a player kind of like pops off at any time. I mean, you really can't control that. And the best thing you can do is play as a team and focus on trading, because if you play it right, no matter how good the player is, you can't kill both of you if you time it right and the spacing's correct between the players. And that was really good for us when we first went to the attack switch, or the attack side. But then as the rounds kind of went on, like around 6-4, 6-5, that's when we kind of started having some miscommunications on trading. Like the one round I pushed server as IQ, I hit an Ella mine like in the middle of server, and I don't know, we just kind of messed up on some trading, and Mo got a good kill on Ella, thank God. So
yeah, I actually ended up working out in the end. I got scared there because Mo was pushing down blue by himself. I was like, if he loses this gunfight to Ella, it's over. Like they're not gonna really have anything left. So
yeah, we had Rainbow at the server hatch to get the refrag there, but yeah.
Oh, there you go. All right. Just slightly out of view. Slightly out of view. Again, it's always the spectator's fault. I apologize. So
It's not good.
moving on past that, on your guys' defense initially, it just seemed like everything wasn't coming together. What was the main issue? Was it just communication?
So Spade's mom actually called him away in the first round. So he got to server stairs late, and that kind of messed up some stuff. And then the second round of CO, I don't really remember what happened. I think we didn't get rid of the guy on West Repel windows on CO, and that just killed us. So we made the adjustments, and Spades didn't have to leave the first round, and he came back. So.
Well, that's good. You know, duty calls, and by duty I mean mom. That's usually the one that calls and interrupts everything. But all right, well, besides that, you guys already visited the desk once this season and got casted and everything else. Are you guys feeling more comfortable and feeling like this is the time now?
I think so. I mean, we're working hard. I mean, the thing with USN that kind of sucks is we do have Waffle, who's Canadian, and he can't play with us. So we're literally practicing one day with Rainbow, one day with Waffle. We're trying to prepare for the major and then for USN. So it's you have two different types of players. Rainbow's a really good fit for us, though. He meshes pretty well, but it's still not your full 5 roster. So that does complicate things to some extent.
Yeah, I definitely see how that could get aggravating, especially with, different strats and everything else. We have to bring 2 people up to speed instead of 1. So that definitely throws a wrench into things. But, well, I thank you for your time, Yeti. We will get you on your way, and we'll get to this break so we can get this match going for you and everybody else at home.
Sounds good.
All right, buddy.
See you, Stokes.
See ya.
All right, well, thank you once again, Stokes, for that great interview. And now it's time to talk about our MVPs once again. This time I did take the straightforward approach to things, and I went with my main man.
He stole it.
Reed. Let's see if we can.
There it is.
Took us a second. That's all
That
good.
timing.
Had to extend the name and everything. Reed. But he's my man. I'm picking him. And I mean, it's pretty straightforward, right? Like just impact across the board on essentially every single round for the most part. I think he did taper off a little bit towards the end. We weren't seeing him as much, but the early game and mid rounds, pretty much their go-to player for picking up consistent kills and trades in the mid round there, especially.
Yeah, I definitely
Actually-
agree with you, all except for like one thing. You guys want to see my MVP? We'll just put it up. It's Spades.
Oh.
Spades. You want to know why?
How's that?
Because Spades had some really good impact for X, man. I think he opened things up a lot for Disrupt, made things a little bit easier. Granted, he's in more or less a position where he's flank watch or just really on angles instead of trying to get extremely aggressive. That's for more like Yeti and Mo to be doing instead of Spades. But Spades fits his role extremely well. I think he played it to a T, so that is why he's going to be my MVP. So, team boosted, Disrupt, stats up on the screen for you guys now. These are a USN exclusive thing. We get to do cool things other people's don't. So there you go.
We're special.
Yeah, we're special. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. All right.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to close out this match. Stick with us as we've got one final match still coming out to close out the day. It's going to be our winners facing off for a spot in the closed conference qualifier. So stick with us, and we got that coming up in just a few minutes.